We're just hours away from the start of Apple's annual Worldwide Developers Conference, and it's widely expected that the tech giant will unveil its new music streaming service today. So joining us now to discuss this is Michael Andronico, Associate Editor at Tom's Guide. Michael, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about what you're expecting in terms of a music streaming service from Apple, and how is this going to be set apart from other competitors such as Spotify?
Sure. So I think this is going to be a really big deal. Apple's finally entering the music streaming game. They obviously already have iTunes. They own Beats Music, and there's already iTunes Radio. But I think with this new service, we're going to see them all come together in a really cohesive way, and in a way that might entice some people to try it out over, say, Spotify. Now, as far as how Apple's new service might stand out, the company is rumored to be working with top artists such as Drake and Pharrell Williams to actually serve as guest DJs. So you might tune in one day and Drake will be offering a curated list of songs, or Pharrell might be doing that. So I think they'll really be leveraging their star power as a way to stand out from other music streaming services.
And certainly that seems, to me, that seems like one of the biggest standouts here is to see these sort of celebrity DJs, if you will, coming on board with Apple and its music streaming service. I want to dig into, because you just mentioned putting Beats and iTunes and some of these different Apple products together. Let's talk a little bit more about iTunes. How do you see this actually playing into the scenario? I mean, how beneficial do you think iTunes would be to the streaming service?
Well, I think if it implemented correctly, it could be really huge for people who are already kind of bought into the iTunes ecosystem. Someone like me who already owns a lot of songs on iTunes, I would love if a streaming music service could incorporate everything I own as well as everything I could stream from the internet. So I think it's important for Apple to kind of reward people that have stuck with iTunes, or even that might be subscribing to Beats Music, and let them benefit from that if they try this new streaming service.
Yeah, certainly. And there were executives from both rivals, Spotify and Deezer, have basically said the same thing. They've said that once Apple unveils a streaming service, that this is actually going to bring more attention to the sector, that the whole sector is going to grow. How do you see growth in this space? Do you think that those statements are true? Do you think we could see that? Do you think we could see more M&A activity in this space, or companies closing down? What are your expectations in terms of Apple really entering this space?
I think it'll definitely happen. It seems like whenever Apple enters a space, it grows. It happened with the iPhone and smartphones, with the iPad and tablets. And I think it could happen with music streaming. I think that's what the music consumer wants right now. I think, physical and digital sales really aren't what they used to be. I think people really want access to a vast, unlimited library. And, after today, they might have more options for that than ever before.
Certainly. And I got to tell you, it'd be really interesting to me to see what kind of music actually comes on with this service. In the past, we've had artists like Taylor Swift who have shunned having their music put into streaming services. So it'll be really interesting to see what the details are of this service. Mike Andronico, thanks for joining us today. Thank you for watching. I'm Morgan Brennan. Have a great day.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Dowdy from CNBC. Thanks so much for checking out our channel. Here you'll find videos packed with all the info that you need to be smarter about your finances. Be sure and subscribe by clicking right here, and click on all the videos around me to see CNBC's original series Young Money, Tech Bet, Kramer's Mad Money, and all the latest from CNBC.